Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. And of course, if you have decided to watch, thank you so very, very much. It is appreciated. YouTube is changing rapidly, and I'm still doing the kind of thing that was the meta 10 years ago. So, thank you very, very much. Anyway, though, I have not one, not two, but 3 cups of tea cooling in front of me. I'm getting behind on my hydration. Oh, I took a shower this morning. This thing is waterproof. Waterproof, sort of. You can shower with it. You're not supposed to submerge it. But I was brushing off my shirt earlier today, and I hit this from the top, and I ripped it off. It fell down through my shirt, and I caught it at the bottom. And I had to stick it back on and figure out, there's 4 plugs on it, just rivets, like, a pair of pants or whatever. And there are just holes on the back of this thing. So I had to plunk, clunk, 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 and get it back on to make sure it was still working. Thumbs up for that. Hopefully I don't do that again. But yay! I'm getting behind on my hydration. I try to have 3 full cups of tea in the beginning part of a 6-hour period, and then 2 cups of tea later, because I was overhydrating before, but I need to hydrate. Well, I had 3 for between 7 and noon, then I got behind, and so I'm having to drink extra, which isn't extra, it's just I'm drinking tea from the last 6-hour period along in this 6-hour period. So I'm going to have 3 cups. I had 2 cups of tea. Now I got 3 cups of tea, and then later 2 cups of tea, all before 6 o'clock. But then I do feel rather dry because I'm behind. Thumbs up on that. Just thought I'd mention. One of the things I did today after taking a shower and all that, I got up, I ate food, I watched videos, I showered, I watched more videos, I played the game back behind here, No Man's Sky, but I'll get back to that. I watched a 4-year-old video that I might have seen before, but there was no like on it, so it must have been a different one I was thinking of, about the game Blood, and how the voice actor helped bring the character to life. And remembering that, just like in the movie Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I'll come back to, the main character that you play, Caleb, in the game Blood, is not a good guy. He is not a hero. Anti-hero? Maybe? But the character of Caleb and his 3 friends, well, his girlfriend and then their 2 friends, were betrayed by the dark god Chernobog. They were high-ranking cultists, like top of the food chain, worshipping Chernobog, doing horrible, horrible things to the world. You're only rampaging against Chernobog and the Cabal because you were betrayed by Chernobog. You're not a good guy in the slightest. You are a very, very, very bad person. Thumbs up, which makes it all the better when you're fighting against the first boss, which is a gargoyle, stone gargoyle, that had kidnapped Ophelia. And you discover that she's dead. And there is real emotion in the lines that come from Caleb after that, when he's just, no, show yourself. Before, he's always been sort of light and trippy, fun. He's been laughing while he's been murdering cultists. This time, there's no laughing. It is just anguish and anger. It's a great game. You should play it. Just thought I'd mention that. And coming back to it, the No Man's Sky thing here. I did a lot in this thing that you can't see because it's like a 40-minute long thing that I did without commentary because I just wanted something to go in the background of this video here, but I made sure to do a lot. I did stuff on the surface of the planet that I got my base on. I was involved in a space battle. I was going underneath in oceans and doing stuff. I went everywhere. Was on space stations, going to my outpost and making decisions and opening up a building that had been constructed. It was a pretty effective 40 minutes of playing. I got a lot done. Son of a gun. So I just thought I'd mention that. Do I wish I'd put some form of commentary to go with it so I could put it up, post it as its own video? Kinda, yeah. Thumbs up. Only because I did so much stuff in it. Plus, I'm flying around for most of it in my Sentinel ship, which, again, I think it's cool. But it's cool, but it's also annoying. Because the front, call it a visor, that comes down over the top of you, you know, the top of your dome that shuts you in, it occasionally like shows red that runs in scan lines effectively up and down. And so you can't really see what you're looking through the screen to see. You're seeing all the red scan lines. But that's okay. It's all part of having a different ship. I have 5 different ships. Huh. I need to make a Corvette, which is the kind of ship that you can effectively turn into a flying base that you can put in orbit around your planet. You can get out and do spacewalks. Eventually, I'm going to build a Corvette. I'm just not there yet. As another thing, I've mentioned this before, but I've been thinking about it again because I've seen the things. I have the 7 books in this series. I think it's 7. It's X number of books in this series. And you don't have to start in this one if you have the books. You can start in any single one of these books. If you don't want to do the Fabled Lands War-Torn Kingdom, you don't have to. If you have the computer game version of it, it always starts you off in the War-Torn Kingdom. This is bad for me. I used to maybe not revel in, but at least tolerate and enjoy like grimdark stuff. You know, like a War-Torn Kingdom where there's people everywhere that have been executed because it's war and you're going past fields of the dead after battles, and it's like that's just too depressing anymore. I'm never going to play this book because I have played the game, computer game of it, and this is just too bloody depressing. And so it sucks that the computer game starts you off in the War-Torn Kingdom. Yay. Still though, if you enjoy, it's not really choose your own adventure. I mean, because they're kind of open world RPGs, honestly. So, thumbs up. And then the only other real thing I've got to talk about is just going out on walkies still. I have usually gone out in the evenings. And during the summertime, when I go out during the evenings, there's sunlight. But even going out, I've been leaving at 6:30, 7 o'clock. And it is dark, dark, dark. I want to start doing morning walkies more often. Just so I can get sunlight, since there's SAD, seasonal affective disorder. God, that was hard to remember and say. But I have seasonal affective disorder where there's not enough sun, and that hurts my mood. Now, whether or not I have had that my whole life, I don't know. Especially since most of the time, well, not most of the time, but I spent a good 15 years or so working graveyard shift, where I would leave for work when it was dark. I would work all night and it was dark. I'd go home while it was dark, and then I'd go to bed after a time. So I never really saw the sun. Ever. Except when I had to go out during daytime hours because, well, the world doesn't really like those that work nights. I honestly can't remember, because most of those years I was also an active alcoholic. But in at least the past 5, 6, 7 years, I have understood myself to suffer from that. So happy days. I still do want to have an afternoon walkies, or morning, which sometime when the sun is up, which means I need to adjust my recording schedule, which I'm always accidentally adjusting because it's 1:22 in the afternoon and I've effectively gotten nothing done all day. But what am I going to do all day? I don't work anymore. I'm 63. I am retired because of I'm disabled. That was not even English. Because I am disabled, I have not really worked since the year 2005. I make it to appointments. I pay my bills. But past that, I have to set my own goals and purposes and meaning, because otherwise there's not really a whole lot left. And you need to define your own purpose and meaning in life, especially since here in the United States, if you're an older man especially, we have wrapped up the idea of work into your identity so strongly. Thank goodness it has been changing for the younger people who are saying, fuck work. But because culture, I grew up in this sort of thing, I have been very aware from a very young age that because I would be a man, an older man who would be not working, I would need to find a purpose, because older men who retire or their spouses die tend to die pretty quickly too. If you don't have a purpose, if you don't have something for you to do, you ain't gonna last long. So while I have nothing to do, I have plenty to do. Sure, a lot of it isn't going to benefit society, but it's not my job to benefit society. I want to leave the world a better place, but take a look at the U.S. I don't think the U.S. is going to be a better place for decades to come. The wreckage that we are going to be going into for the future is going to be horrible. Especially here in the U.S., we have given up our spot on the world stage, and other countries like China are flowing in to fill in the power vacuums. Economically, the world is routing around the United States. So things ain't going to get a whole lot better here in the U.S. for a very, very long time. But you need to have a purpose. And it could be that mine is to play D100 Dungeon. And hey, if you could like, comment, share, and subscribe, that'd be very cool. Greatly appreciated. If you could check out my links, I have links to my PayPal, my Patreon, Amazon wish list. If you could check any of those out, that'd be very, very cool. If you could become a Patreon patron, that'd be very awesome. Definitely appreciated. And speaking of Patreon patrons, I would like to thank my Patreon patrons because, oh my gosh, you help me out incredibly. Hokey smokes, things are not good when you get older. And especially when all you've got is like disability to count on. I appreciate your help to no end. Thumbs up and thank you. You're beautiful and awesome people. For everybody that leaves me a comment, you two are beautiful and awesome in your own way. I read every comment that YouTube shows me. I thumbs up every comment that YouTube lets me, and I answer as many as my nerve compression will let me at a time. I generally can answer almost all of them, but it can take me up to 24 hours. So keep checking back if you want an answer. But thumbs up and thank you. You are beautiful and awesome in your own way. And of course, and I say of course, but I play a internet game of tossing out a writer's prompt or a secret word to be written into the comments for blatant engagement farming. And the last people that played were Jesse Koskinen, thumbs up and thank you. Gus Garrett, 6838, greatly appreciated. Toilet Decimator, I liked your reply on that one, thank you. Salvatore Cento, 871, greatly appreciated. And Leo Tom Music, thumbs up and thank you. 2 days worth of thanking people because I didn't do it yesterday. And if you have watched this far, oh shucks, I might as well do this one. If you could either tell me if you think this person is going to succeed in their little ambush, or if you could just type Fabled into the comments. Either one would be cool. And if you don't want to do either, you don't have to. It's not a requirement. I wouldn't force you even if I had the power to do so, because consent is important, even on something as simple as this. But if you do decide to play, thumbs up and thank you. And if you don't, that's okay too. I definitely will not think worse of you. So yay, greatly appreciated. Well, I'm going to edit, render, upload. I'm going to play computer games. I'm going to hopefully, if not play Legends of Order of Eventide, or Eventide as they call it, or D100 Dungeon, or whatever that takes. I'm hoping to, God, I can't speak English. I am hoping to get things done in that fashion. Hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done, and if not, please do not beat yourself up because you deserve better. So, until we meet again, you take care, have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. And I have totally given up on the idea of passing on any words of wisdom, because obviously I have no wisdom. I have only words of foolishness to pass on. And that's okay. Definitely a thumbs up on that. So I need to click on this. So I can go click on this. You take care.